Hi there, I just wanted to put up a quick review of this Saddleback leather front pocket briefcase in dark coffee brown. I think the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start by kind of talking about my needs for a briefcase and some of the other products by Saddleback leather that I've used in the past. So if you don't want to hear that kind of stuff, you can jump ahead straight to the review of this product here. So, when you're getting a briefcase like this, it's a big investment. It'll potentially last you quite a long time. You really want to think about what your needs are for that briefcase. In my industry, I'm an educator. So I have to think about, what do I need to carry in my briefcase, and it can get quite heavy. So on your average day, I'd probably have a laptop, some textbooks, depending on what I'm teaching, and depending on, the time of the year and what I'm doing, I might have, a stack 6 inches high of assessments or tests or essays or whatever it is. So I can end up lugging around a lot of weight in paper, and that's a lot of thickness in paper too. So I had to think about, kind of the carrying potential for the bag that I'm going to use at work. And I did settle on the front pocket briefcase, and that's after owning some other products as well. So I'll talk about those a bit. I heard about Saddleback leather. I haven't been following them for years and years like some of you have, but I heard about them through their How to Knock Off a Briefcase video. And that was the point when I realized, wow, I really need that leather briefcase. And I started looking into it and kind of haunting the website for months on end. In the past, what I had done maybe for the last 8 years of my professional career is basically buy a briefcase, maybe on average every 2 years. I probably used 5 or 6 of them, and they're usually nylon or vinyl or something, and I use them until they look, kind of embarrassing or they fall apart. So I decided it would be a better investment to get a nice full grain leather bag like this. So in terms of products that I've used in the past from them, I have a medium bifold in dark coffee brown as well, so it's the same shade. Probably will be the last wallet I own. It is very nice. So I have 6 cards in here. I probably have 3 in each of the interior pockets, and not much in there. But it is very nice. It hasn't broken my cards. What I did when I first got it was maybe put 2 or 3 cards in each of these slots to loosen them up, and now they're quite nice. You can pull the cards in and out pretty easily. The pigskin lining is nice. It is thin, but it is very tough. So I see this probably being my last wallet. I have also owned the medium notepad holders, one in dark coffee brown and one in tobacco. And the dark coffee brown one I got as a Dave's deal, I think is $111. The only thing I could find wrong was one of the copper rivets was kind of slightly distorted. The finish wasn't as nice as you would expect it to be. The tobacco was great. I did end up selling those though, because I determined maybe $300 worth of notepad covers wasn't a good idea, but they were great products. In terms of bags, my first bag I bought on eBay. It was a dark coffee brown thin briefcase, and it was advertised as the large, but what I got was the medium. And that was a great introduction to the products, to the quality of the products, and kind of made me realize how much I would end up loving them. But it didn't meet my needs, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And the second bag I owned was this same front pocket briefcase in tobacco, but I decided that I wanted a darker shade, so I ended up getting this one. So I want to kind of compare this to some of the other ones and talk about why I chose this one. Probably the most popular is the classic briefcase. It's a little bit wider than this. I think it goes to 8 or 9 inches, whereas this I think is 7.5 or something like that. So it's not that much more in terms of carrying potential, but it is a little bit bulkier. One of the reasons I chose not to get it is that it has these 2 exterior straps that come down along the front and buckle into the front. Is just a feature I wouldn't ever use unless maybe I was traveling and I was worried about someone stealing my stuff. But in terms of work, I don't want to open up 3 buckles to get into my stuff. So it was added weight, and it was a feature that I wasn't going to use. So I kind of decided against that. And there's another reason that I'll get to when I look at this bag. The reason I chose this one is because the thickness is great. The front pockets are great for your little knickknacks that tend to rumble around in a bag, and it kind of met all the needs that I have. So kind of the other interesting part is that this is a Dave's deal bag, and this is actually a bag I got for 25% off. So I got it with free shipping and 25% off. It came to $435, which is like $150, almost $200 savings to what it would have been full price and with paying with shipping. So I just received this today, and I've been going over it looking for why it might be a Dave's deal. I checked all the seams. I looked all the way around. I couldn't really find any issues. All the rivets are very nice and crisp. They look great. So I'm kind of figuring what the issue might be is that there's a slight rippling across the front panel, and it is very slight. So I was thinking when I got this 25% off that I'd see some major scarring or some major rippling or some rivet problems or something else. But as far as I can tell, all that's wrong with it is this slight rippling, and that's something that usually happens anyway just from use, opening and closing the bag. So I'm really happy with the quality of the product I received. I got my money's worth, that's for sure. So we'll look at this a bit closer. I'm not going to cover all the specs. You can find that stuff on the website, but I think it is about 15 inches by about 7.5 inches by 11 or 12. So it meets my needs here. So what you have, your front strap. So it's a single strap closure that's going to hold it shut. And on the interior you have these pockets to hold all your junk and your loose bits and your chargers and whatever else. One of the concerns I had actually, and I did send an email to their customer support, who were great. I think I talked to 3 different kind of customer support agents over my communication with them, was that on the website these seams look almost orange. They look like really lightly tanned, almost the same color as the tobacco bag, and I thought, well, you wouldn't want a dark coffee brown finish on top of a much lighter interior color leather, and when it scratches it's going to show through. So I was concerned. I sent an email, and I was also concerned because that wasn't my experience with, say, the wallet, which has consistently dark leather all the way through, or if you look at the classic briefcase page on the website, you can see their picture that the leather is consistently dark all the way through. So this does appear to be a little bit lighter. I mean, it is fairly dark. You can see the pigskin lining is just about 1 millimeter. So it doesn't stand out as much of an issue as it did on the pictures on the website. So that made me pretty happy. In the front pockets here, I have a Kobo Aura HD. So my e-reader actually fits in there just fine, which is nice. And these are incredibly tight because it's brand new. See if I can even open it. There we go. So it does fit e-reader in a sleep cover, which is awesome. If you want to pull out a book. Got pens in the so-called cigar pocket. And over here I have some chargers and whatnot. I didn't get a keychain, but that's fine. A little keychain holder. And inside you have just simply 2 compartments. What are they? 3.5 or 4 inches each, whatever it is. And once they work in, they do kind of spread out a little bit, so you can fit your laptop, all your textbooks, books, papers, whatever else you need to carry in there. That's fine. Pen slots, phone slots on the side. They say you can put water bottles in here and things like that. I think it's a little bit tight. You really have to work it out in order to achieve that. So that's something you have to think about. And here's kind of the last reason I chose this bag and prefer this bag to, say, the classic briefcase, or even I think the thin briefcase has them as well. But in the other models, you have these large leather pockets sewn into this interior divider here. And of course, when you get them, they're really stiff. And it takes a long time to flatten them out. So really your options end up being fill up these pockets and take basically this entire section of briefcase usability away, or flatten them up against the wall and use the briefcase as you would. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation in my point of view. I don't want that space used up with those pockets. So I prefer this better, so I can still fit my full documents, full books, another laptop, whatever I need to put in there. I have that full space to use. So that's kind of my last consideration and why I chose this briefcase, why I prefer it to the other models I've tried and the other ones I've looked at. And I think I've covered just about everything I want to cover. This is a Dave's deal, 25% off, and it's in great shape. It fits my needs in terms of the industry I work in and the expectations I have for a bag. So I'm quite happy with that. Nice long adjustable straps. And with the bags I've owned in the past, I just simply take one of these pads off because I don't want to carry around 2 pads, and they just slide right off, and that's fine. So that's that. Front pocket briefcase, dark coffee brown. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. But I think you'll be happy with this briefcase if it sounds like it's going to meet your needs and that's what you need from a bag. Give it a try. Thanks.